Hello guys, today I will show you how we setting up our 50 cal machine gun. A little bit about it. It's the latest and greatest variant. Our machine gunners did over the time some adjustments to them, so we will go slowly and methodically through the preparation of the weapon system and all the little nuances that we discovered and that we applied in the current battlefield here in Ukraine. So first of all, I will go through the setting up of the machine gun. We starting obviously from the tripod. This one, it's much lighter than the classic M2 tripod for example Mark 19 or the American version, the legacy M2 machine gun. This one, it's made of aluminum alloys and it's much lighter, but it provides less stability and also you can't extend the rear legs. So from fixed position for really precise shooting, this one is actually not as good as the old M2. We undo the fastex. Do like so. Then we untighten the front leg, lock it out. So we have solid tripod platform. We can even step in the legs. Going from here, we go to our cradle. This is something that is called soft mount. It does mitigate the recoil, reduce the recoil by 70% thanks to the integrated buffers. We rotate it in, and then we need to pull out our T-handles that actually holds the machine gun inside. They are captive. Here the captive mechanism is broken, so we use paracord instead. But before attaching the machine gun, we can optionally attach our TNE. You would attach your TNE for any fixed position that is meant long term, or if you really need a lot of accuracy out of the system. Now we are attaching the TNE to our soft mount. As you can see, it's all about alignment. We are in, traverse good. Now it's time to put the body of the machine gun. We got our front pin in and we got our rear pin in. Now we can attach cradle for our ammunition. This is optional. Sometimes our machine gunners don't use the cradles, they just running free belt. On vehicles, or if the gunners choose so, we use this cradle. This cradle had originally also lever that was like on top, providing tension on the belt, but over time our guys found it unnecessary, so we just unpinned it, removed it. Now let's attach our optic system. We are lucky enough to be equipped with ACOG. This ACOG is 6x48. It have of course the tritium, also illumination thanks to the fiber, and of course proper BDC reticle for 50 cal. We attach it by undoing these levers, opening our top cover and sliding it on, like so, and then locking our levers. What we have left are of course two barrels. This version is quick change barrel. It doesn't need the timing like the legacy M2 Browning. We put the spare barrel next to the gun and one barrel into the gun. For putting in barrel, you slightly move the bolt backwards, slide the barrel in and lock it. That's it. Now we just need to load our ammunition. We're using 100 round cans. My cradle wasn't all the way in, so I rectified. Now it sits nicely. Now to actually load the 50 cal, what you need to do in the loading procedure is lift the extractor, pull it slightly back on the bolt, put the link in, bolt forward and put the extractor in between the round, basically sweep it, then put down the top cover. What we're using here is also our, let's call it shoulder rest. So I just set it as I prefer. Before I do my loading procedure, we need to check that the gun is functional and clear. So I have unlocked, charging the weapon now, bolt staying in the rear position, opening up, inspecting. No bullet on the extractor on the bolt face and no bullet in the barrel. I'm letting the bolt go forward, like so. I swipe to make sure that this extractor doesn't stay like this when I smack the top cover. So I just slide, put down, fire off the weapon. Clear. Now I can go to my loading procedure. So I will lock the rear, put up the top cover, lift the extractor up. The bolt goes slightly back, like so. Fit the extractor claw in between first and second round. Sweep it, go down. Now the weapon is loaded, I'm putting it on safe. What might be surprising for some, that this, unlike DSK, unlike Russian NSV, shoot actually with the bullet already in the chamber, so it's not open bolt design, it's closed bolt design. For me to fire, I would just need to press the butterfly. I'm in state now locked, load, safety on. On command, I would just remove the vertically running safety and pull the butterfly, but because I have my soft mount, I can actually pull the trigger on the right handle of my soft mount and fire off the weapon. Guys were teaching us that actually with the 50 cal, you first find your target in the optic, then look over the optic and then fire off. To have like better situational awareness and then adjust. And I must say that it definitely worked for me. Now to unload the weapon. I remove the belt. Round that was in the chamber got ejected. Of course I unlocked before, now I can check visually. I see bolt face without round. I see chamber of the barrel without round. I can send it forward, like so, sweep, close, click it off. To change the barrels, you change your barrel every 200 rounds. So let's say I'm firing my second can. Firing, 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 see few rounds left, signaling last burst. Firing, firing, firing. Command barrels, meaning we will be changing barrels. What I'm doing is I'm unlocking, pulling the bolt back, checking the bolt face and the barrel that it's all empty and clear, sending the bolt forward, like so, sweeping, closing, firing off, bam. Then I'm opening yet again, like so, rotating my gun, trying to stay low during the procedure, pulling back on the bolt slightly, unlocking the barrel, removing the barrel completely. Before I put my second barrel, I make sure that it's clear, there is no obstruction in the barrel. Putting it in, locking while pressing on bolt, letting go. Now I would also reload my ammo can and unlock my soft mount. Let's say new belt came in, so I can lock, I can take the rounds, lift the extractor, pull slightly back on the bolt, fit the extractor between first and second round, sweep, chamber the round, safety off, and I can continue firing. To unload the weapon again, lifting my top cover, lifting extractor, removing the rounds, unlocking, safety's off, pulling back on the charging handle. Now I see that my round stayed hanging on the bolt face. So what I can do is, with help of something, just jam it out. Now I see that I'm clear bolt face, clear barrel. I can send the bolt forward, sweep, put the top cover down, fire it off. Gun is clear. The reason for not using T&E mechanism is that in a very dynamic situation, after setting it up, it's of course a little bit quicker to set it up, but mainly when you actually are behind the gun, you're working, firing, when you have enemy flanking from each side or some, let's say, APC, and the situation would really be so dynamic, you can actually go off the axis of the tripod quickly, something like so, change your arc completely and continue firing that way. So this was my take on Browning 50 cal, quick change barrel version. Big thank you to the guys that trained us on those and to the gunners in my team that actually did all the little mods, making it more user friendly, and that are the one destroying the enemy in the field with it.